Hi, and welcome back to another video. In this video, you will learn how to build the Metasploitable tree Windows 2k8 vulnerable machine using both VirtualBox and Vagrant. Let's get started. So you're probably wondering, what exactly is a Metasploitable tree? To put simply, Metasploitable tree is a virtual machine that is built from the ground up with a large amount of security vulnerabilities. It is intended to be used as a target for testing exploits using Metasploit. This is definitely an excellent targeted system that aspiring and even seasoned ethical hackers and penetration testers should implement within their lab environment to safely test the exploits, build exploits, and see what is the potential impact and effect of it. To get started, before you build a Metasploitable tree, there's one important dependency that we definitely need. One of which is that we actually need the Vagrant application installed on our operating system. The instructions that I'm providing, it is dependent on a Windows-based system. So therefore, we can head over to the Vagrant website, which is developer.hashicorp.com/Vagrant. This will allow us to build a virtual machine and run it within our virtual environment. To get started, simply click on install, like so. And because I'm using a Windows-based system, I'm going to use the Windows binary, which is the AMD64. I'm going to click on download to download this package. Once the package is finished downloading, I will simply execute it and install. Once the installation is completed, most likely I will need to restart my virtual machine, which of course you will see here live. I'm going to click on open file, and this should start the installation for me automatically, like so. I'm going to accept the terms, going to click on install. And this installation should just take a couple of minutes to complete. Great. So now the installation is completed. I'm going to click on finish. And now I will need to restart my host computer to ensure the changes take effect. Now my host computer is rebooted. I'm going to log in quickly, like so. To build a virtual machine, to be specifically to build a Metasploitable tree Windows 2K virtual machine, these are the commands that you definitely need. So what I'll do is I'm going to open a command prompt. I'll simply copy and paste these commands and show you all how to build this virtual machine and troubleshoot any issue as we move along. To get started, simply open the command prompt like so. Next, we need to copy and paste this first command. To get a much more detailed explanation during this tutorial, I highly recommend to do check out my latest Kali Linux book, which is the Ultimate Kali Linux book, the 3rd edition. You can simply head over to Google like so. You can search my name and click on the Amazon link. And it's this book, the Ultimate Kali Linux book, the 3rd edition. Okay, so we can see that the first command ran successfully. Let's execute the second command. Great. And let's download the actual Metasploitable tree Windows 2K image. This should take a couple of minutes depending on your internet speed. Once you get this prompt, simply select option 1 for VirtualBox, press enter. Next, we need to change our directory to the vagrant.d directory/boxes by using this command like so. And if we type dir, we can see there's a folder, and inside of this folder there's contents. So what we need to do is to rename this folder to something a bit simpler. Therefore, we will use this command to actually rename the folder. So we are renaming this folder name to this name, just for simplicity. Great. And to actually build a virtual machine, we need to create a special file by using this command, which is called Vagrant init, followed by the directory. And last but not least, we need to execute the Vagrant up command, like so. This will actually build the virtual machine and launch it within VirtualBox for us. If you get this pop-up window, simply click Allow for now. So you may get this error. If you do, you can open VirtualBox just to verify whether the VM is there. Right now you can see the VM is not there. Therefore, let's execute the Vagrant up command once more to actually rebuild the VM. Great. So now everything is completed. I'm going to minimize my command prompt. I'm going to open VirtualBox. And here you can see the newly created virtual machine is up and running. Notice the name has changed. So let's make some modifications. Let's click on Show. Let's click on Insert, Keyboard, Control-Delete. Then select the administrator account and log in using the default credential of Vagrant. Simply select Ask Me Later because we don't want to activate this Windows operating environment. We will restart later. And great, we have our vulnerable system that's loaded. I'm going to click on Start and I'm going to shut down this virtual machine. Great. Next, I'm going to select the virtual machine, going to click on Settings, and I'm going to rename this. So I'm going to call this Metasploitable 3. Going to call it Win2k8 VM. And for the display memory needs to be at least 48 megabytes, or at least within the green zone. And if you still get this display warning, simply hover over it and it will tell you the recommended settings to use. So it is telling me to use the VBox SVGA. So I'm going to change this like so. And last but not least, our network settings. If I recall correctly, this virtual machine is supposed to be connected to two networks. As shown in the topology diagram, the Metasploitable tree Windows virtual machine is connected to both the pentest network and the hidden network. So to make this happen, we need to actually change the configurations on the network adapter. To do this, on network adapter 1, ensure that it is set to enable. Then, where it says attach, use the drop-down menu, click on internal network. If you use the drop-down here, you will not see the name of the network, but you need to type it in like so. Let's make sure that this is entered correctly. As you can see, we have to specify the casing as it is. So capital P or uppercase P and uppercase N, and for hidden is uppercase H and uppercase N. Let's fix this. We'll set the promiscuous mode to allow VMs, and let's turn on adapter 2, and we'll do the same. We'll select internal network, but this time we're going to name this hidden net like so, and set a promiscuous mode to allow VMs and click OK. Last but not least, I'm going to click this option, going to click snapshots, and I'm going to rename this snapshot to, let's say, fresh installation. This will allow me to revert to this particular snapshot at any point in time whenever this virtual machine boots up. Having completed this video, you have learned how to build your Metasploitable tree Windows vulnerable virtual machine using both Vagrant and running it inside of VirtualBox on a Windows host system. I hope this video has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing.